Learning more tonight about the criminal history of the man accused of killing 3 people in Guntersville and how one district attorney fought to keep him in prison. Jimmy O'Neill Spencer now charged with 4 counts of capital murder. He's accused of killing Marie Martin and her great-grandson, 7-year-old Colton Lee, and a neighbor, Martha Relaford. Thanks for watching this evening. I'm Dan Schaefer.
And I'm Demetria McClinton. We're now learning he was paroled in January after he was sentenced to life in prison for his crimes in Franklin County.
WAAY 31's Brecken Terry joins us live now from Franklin County, where Spencer is originally from, with a look at his past.
I'm here outside of the Franklin County Courthouse, and in my hand is a letter sent to the Alabama Parole Board by Franklin County District Attorney Joey Rushing. Now, this letter lists out Jimmy Spencer's long rap sheet, and in it, Rushing and Spencer's victims from here in Franklin County begged the parole board to keep him in prison.
It enrages me that he was out.
In 2013, Franklin County District Attorney Joey Rushing fought to keep Jimmy Spencer in prison. Spencer has a rap sheet dating back to 1983 for third-degree burglary in Franklin County. Rushing said Spencer violated his parole and received a life sentence on a separate burglary conviction from 1990.
The case that actually sent him to prison from here, he received a life sentence and a burglary charge for actually trying to go into an occupied residence, and the only way they could get him to stop trying to break in was to shoot him. So it was obviously a very serious offense, and it was a lot of violence in that offense.
Rushing said prison time for Spencer did not stop his violent behavior.
There was also a lot of violence in his assault down in prison, as well as the escape from prison. My understanding from the deputies that worked that, who contacted me yesterday, is that he made it known at that time that he was attempting maybe to come back to Franklin County to take some revenge on the people that sent him to prison.
Rushing said in his mind there is no doubt Spencer is a violent man. But despite his rap sheet, he was paroled in January 2018.
In my letter, I even referred to him as the type of person that doesn't need parole, because I would think of him as a violent person and definitely somebody with a number of prior felonies that would not be a good risk as far as to let out on the parole system.
Rushing tells us he was upset on Tuesday when he found out Spencer was arrested for killing 3 people on Mulberry Street in Guntersville.
The name immediately struck a chord. I was like, I wrote a letter on him, and he shouldn't have been out. And I was mad all over again that a small child is a victim of somebody that should still be in prison and still serving his life sentence.
Now, Rushing tells me if anything can be learned from this is that violent people such as Jimmy Spencer should not be let out of prison. Rushing said he hopes the Alabama Parole Board will look more closely at who they're letting back into our communities. Live in Russellville, Brecken Terry, WAAY 31 News.
Thanks, Brecken. WAAY 31 worked to find out the last time there was a homicide in Guntersville. Police officials tell us it was in 2009. When Jesse Phillips shot and killed his wife Erica and their 8-week-old unborn child. The jury found him guilty in 2012 and put him on death row. In 2016, he was sentenced to death for the 2nd time after he was held on an appeal. Funeral arrangements for 2 of the 3 victims were made. Visitation for Marie Martin and Colton Lee is tomorrow at 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. at Carr Funeral Home in Guntersville. The burial for Marie Martin will follow directly after at Adler Springs. Colton's burial will follow after Martin's at Beulah Cemetery in Boaz.